what we know for certain is that disruption is coming, and that we know that that disruption is coming in a specific part of our marketing funnel. So one of the solutions to this is to look broader at the rest of the marketing funnel, thinking about website conversion rates, user journeys, maximizing customer lifetime value, all of those other pieces of the funnel along the way. And doing that is not only good marketing, but it also allows us a little bit of breathing space as we're working with our clients who are in so many different industries with so many different challenges. Every single one of our clients will have a different challenge caused by the demise of these cookies. And so it gives us space to solve those issues through the technology solutions, through the contextual marketing, through all of those strategies around first-party data. We'll be able to have breathing room to really assess those and get to those by looking at the rest of the funnel as well. So rather than getting zoomed in on this area, actually thinking about this as part of not only our marketing strategies, but our whole business, the first principles of business that we all know to be true. We need to minimize risk, and that will allow us to maximize opportunity.
Is there a way of assessing both who's most at risk or strategies to solve it, in your view? If there's is there a risk or a matrix on this?
Yeah, so for our clients, we're taking an approach of a risk analysis for every single individual client and all of their campaigns. So we have clients who a part of their campaign will have to just change completely based on this, but other elements won't have to as much. So we're going very individualized into the first question is, for every part of the campaign, will this still work without cookies? What is the cost of it not working? So we also, as a marketing agency, we have to make the case to our clients that they need to invest in this. So letting them know what the cost will be to them if they are apathetic at this stage. Then going on to saying, right, what potential solutions are out there? For example, a lot of the information that we're getting from Google, and we're working closely with our Google reps on how to address these things, but a lot of what's being said isn't actually there yet. Like GA4 is up and running and brilliant, but it's not quite delivering the marketing promise. We know it will. We're interested to see when that will be, and at what point those things all fall into place. But this is all changing so much on a daily basis. This week, we've both heard that Amazon is going to block the Flock strategies that Google are using, and also that Flock is now going to be working, or Google is going to be working with UK regulators to make it GDPR compliant, that was a concern we had last week. That's no longer a concern. Great, right? But these things are changing all the time. So these risk analyses, the approach that we're taking is to make this a living document that can change as new information, as new technology, as not just that we know that it's out there, but that as we trial it and prove that it will definitely work for our clients. Because at the end of the day, our job is to make sure that our clients aren't hit hard by this. The next part of our risk analysis is looking at what we're calling the second order consequences from this. So there will be knock-on effects. If everyone stops doing remarketing and programmatic advertising, they're going to do something else. If, for example, at the moment, everyone is talking about email marketing, well, if everyone turns to email marketing, it will become massively less effective. Equally, if search marketing becomes a place that people flock to, we also know that cost per clicks are likely to go up if there's more competition. So just looking at where those impacts that aren't from the initial closing down of cookies, but actually the knock-on effects to it as well, and making sure that each of our clients has a plan that mitigates for that. And it might be that we say, right, let's see what happens with the email marketing strategy. Let's see if the email strategy that has been brilliantly effective gets hit by the fact there's so much more activity in that space. But while we're doing that, we're going to make sure that we're looking at other areas of the funnel along the way as well.
In a risk matrix, who would be, oh, blimey, you're going to really have troubles, and who actually you can probably find it's a great opportunity to do something different? Have you got any? Can you give me some examples or suggestions?
So I would say e-commerce clients that have low conversion rates coupled with the need for customers to make an account and the user journey challenge there, they're going to need to solve this quite quickly, because they're not going to be able to use remarketing to re-engage people over time. And if their user journey isn't strong enough to make sure that people are creating accounts and giving their data and consenting along the way, that's going to be a challenging area. I would also say that where you have companies who are doing business-to-business lead generation with with low conversion rates but very high cost per click, that's also an area that I think is going to be challenging, where strategies that, like, we've been able to use really impactful strategies using remarketing and high quality content, that's going to change completely now. There's going to be a different ballpark. But I think really honestly, I don't think that you can say with a broad stroke, this is going to affect these businesses and these businesses. It will depend on the campaigns that are being built, and not only the campaigns that they have in place, but which are then massively high performing campaigns that are the ones that really drive the customers with the high lifetime values. Because at the end of the day, not all customers are created equal. And if, for example, only 10% of your campaigns are hit in a really negative way, if those are the ones that are driving the best customers, well, that's a massive issue. I think that it is so important, this piece of educating for us, the clients, and I guess in larger organizations, educating people who are in the positions of making financial decisions about what the impact of not taking action here. That's why our risk assessment includes that element of what will this cost if we don't do anything, because it will cost something. It might be an opportunity cost, but it could massively decrease the opportunity for growth if you sit there with inertia. And we do need people to invest in these solutions. Now, some of that investment is coming from places like Google and the other large platforms. Some of that investment is coming from tech providers who will then want to sell those solutions to you. But on a client by client basis, we're having to have these conversations now of saying, this isn't something to ignore. Don't behave the same way about this as you did with GDPR, for example, for those people who were slow with it. Like, take this as seriously as it is, because otherwise it's going to have a bigger impact. And I guess for us as an agency, that is part of our job is selling that educational piece in of what this means. There is so much information out there. One of the things I find really frustrating is all of these headlines that are like, the death of cookies, digital marketing changed forever. Like, everything is like, the world as we know it is ending right now. And actually this is nuanced and it's complicated, and it will impact people in different ways. So we're sort of trying to have those really serious, informed, grown-up conversations with our clients, and making sure that we're having them not just with marketing managers or heads of marketing, but as much as possible with the people making the financial decisions for our clients as well.
I want you to pick one recommendation to a client, and you can't repeat what somebody else has said. So if you had one thing that you to say to them tomorrow, go out and do, what would it be? Rebecca, would you like to go first? Give you the opportunity. You can then steal anything you want. One thing.
I'm going to go with a risk analysis, the looking at what you have right now and the gap between what you need in order to be ready for this, and put together a working group of people on it, find smart people to do that.